Hey everyone, Spazz here. You know, I had no intention on continuing this. I thought I could have just washed my hands of it after that last part. But let me tell you something. After being held captive and engaging in an epic battle to the death with a Nintendo DS accessory puppeted by my cat, no, it changes a man. So, with that said, Guitar Hero franchise review, part 5. Okay, so where was yeah. Onto our decades. Fun.
I think it's all too obvious that I was not the least bit excited when Nintendo announced this at last year's E3, because not only was it way too soon after the first, but in the same year no less, which based on my observations is never a smart move.
But whatever, I still got it out of sheer curiosity, and I don't think I've ever been so wrong about a game in my entire life.
Yeah, sure, the graphics still suck and the audio sounds like ringtones from a mid-2000s cell phone, but what makes or breaks any of these games is their setlist, and Decades has one of the best I've ever played through.
There's songs from the 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, and the modern era, which is really just songs from the past 5 years, thus making them part of the 2000s decade. Yeah, they're done like that. But I still enjoyed it. However, there is still one teeny, tiny little problem with it. It's on the fucking DS!
My god, I cannot think of a worse system to put this on. Okay, well maybe I can, but these games are meant to be played with a guitar-shaped controller. Instead, we were given this ill-designed satanic contraption of torture.
And you would think that they would have tweaked its design to make it a little easier on the hands, because, after all, this is the second game. But no, it's the same exact one. In all its ergonomically destructive glory.
Fortunately, there is a glint of light at the end of this tunnel.
Really?
Yes, really. See, instead of going back to the drawing board and cook up a new design, you know, like they should have, Red Octane analyzed their original model and found a way to make it less painful.
So instead of putting your thumb over the strap, like so, you put your thumb through the strap. And folks, this feels a hell of a lot better. It's easier on my hand, and it actually feels like I'm strumming an actual guitar now. But at any rate, I think I've bashed this thing into the ground enough by now.
Damn right you have!
So the time has come for me to rate this game. I give it a solid 3.5 smileys. Okay, cool. Next.
Now, remember when I mentioned that they made a mobile version to go alongside 3? Well, they made another one called World Tour Mobile. And again,
it sucks!
And how about the Guitar Hero Carabiner? Yeah, they made a second edition. And it's fun.
Fun my ass! But with them again doing nothing short of selling their soul to the devil, another version did emerge. Strangely though, not on any home or portable consoles, but in the very birthplace of modern gaming. They made Guitar Hero Arcade. One problem though. I can't find the damn thing. I mean, I have literally been going to my local malls in the time that I haven't been incarcerated, looking for one. And I'm sorry, but I really have no choice but to skip this one. And I know, it's the franchise review, and I'm supposed to cover every single Guitar Hero game release, but if I can't find it, I can't do it, so I'm sorry.
I know where one is.
You do? Where?
Universal.
Universal, as in the theme park?
That would be the one. Did you want me to do the review?
Yes.
Okay, I am here at Universal Studios Hollywood to assist Spazz in his review of the Guitar Hero arcade machine. Now, he's actually asked me that this and the arcade machine itself be the only two things that he sees here because, well, he hasn't been here since they opened Jurassic Park the ride. I don't know. I think he's just a pussy, but whatever. Let's go. Here it is, Guitar Hero Arcade. Now, at first glance, you'll notice that it's pretty much set up like every other arcade game, with two guitars so you can go head-to-head with any dumbass foolish enough to challenge you. But you could also show off by playing solo, too. And you might also be wondering how the hell I'm going to be able to play this while holding the camera. Well, fortunately, that's why I have the good old tripod ready. Now, what's really cool about this version is that they modeled the design right after Guitar Hero 3, with all the characters, most of the songs, and pretty much all the venues and guitars as well. But even as cool as that is, there's one thing holding it back from perfection: the guitar. It doesn't have a whammy bar or star power button, weighs a fucking ton, and the strum bar is inaccurate as all hell. It's actually worse than the Rock Band guitar. But other than that, it's pretty much just your standard Guitar Hero game. Very reminiscent of the early days of the franchise. Alright, Spazz, right away.
4.5. So, that's it for this part. Stay tuned for the next one. Whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on? The video's not over yet. Where's that music coming from? It sounds pretty damn epic, though. I mean, wait.
Your epicness. No, don't go. There's so much I need to know. Tell me. Oh my.
Guitar Hero Metallica, god damn, I cannot tell you how excited I was when I saw the trailer for this on World Tour. Focused on one of the greatest bands on earth, I knew the soundtrack was going to be mostly from one genre. Fucking metal.
Oh god, I gotta play this now. It's just...
You're gonna talk shit about it now, aren't you?
Yep.
Damn it!
If there's one thing that's consistent in the realm of things coming out, it's that if we become the least bit excited about whatever it may be, there's a good chance that it'll turn around and bite us in the ass. With this, where the hell do I begin? Well, if you remember back with Guitar Hero Aerosmith, the storyline in the career mode followed the band through a rough outline of their career. In this, it follows the efforts of a band discovered by Metallica as they tour with them. But while we're on the subject of career mode, do you see that little black bar down at the bottom? Yeah, progression is no longer determined by completing a set, but by how many stars you earn for each song. Now, I can see this as being okay for any newcomers who'll play this on easy and medium, but for us hardcore vets who'll play it on hard and expert, it feels way too rushed. It's even worse for those of us who prefer to go through the set list in order and end up unlocking the whole damn soundtrack only a quarter of the way through. But that's okay, because all of the songs are playable from the start.
That was not the whole fucking... That was never the whole idea to these games. It was to start out with a few easy-to-play songs and unlock more as you went along through the career mode. For high replay value. By making all the songs playable from the get-go, they not only foregoed that, but just the whole fun in guessing what the encore songs are is gone too. Now that I think about it, I really only remember playing one encore. Maybe I just missed the others, I don't... Well, that's an animation for an encore, but there was nothing showing that it was. Maybe this one's the only... They're all like that, aren't they?
Oh, you know it!
Whoa! Sorry about that. I was just having another one of my delusions of godlike destruction. Besides, Night on Ball Mountain is too soft. Slipknot! But in all seriousness, they really fucked up with the encores in this, which is just the same as getting Tom and Jerry voice actors. You just don't do that. Still, it was pretty damn sweet.
Let's face it, as many bad things as there are with this, the one thing keeping me coming back is the fact that I can play all my favorite Metallica songs. Songs that I've been waiting for ever so patiently to appear on one of these games. And now because of this, I'm satisfied.
Though I am a little tweaked at their failure to include Ride the Lightning, even though it was the phrase that they used in their teaser trailer. But, at any rate, Guitar Hero Metallica gets a solid 4 for me. So, that's it, right? There's no more Guitar Hero games, right? Fuck!
I didn't think it was possible either, but they released these two games 1 week apart from each other. I know they did the same thing last year with the first on tour and Aerosmith, but on top of everything else that came out after World Tour, it's almost too much to handle. I mean, just how much can you capitalize on a single idea?
Alright, these are the last two, so let's just get them over with.
Okay, on to our modern hits. Well, I'm going to do all of us a favor and KO half the review. This, from a technical standpoint, is exactly like its two predecessors. There. Now for the soundtrack. It's alright, really nothing special. There was really only a couple songs that I liked.
But regardless, you'll have to get used to these songs pretty damn quickly. Unless, of course, you prefer suicide as means of escaping this game. Why? Well, all because of the new feature dubbed fan requests. Stupid fans.
You see, after you finish a song in career mode, you unlock 3 quote-unquote requests for it. 1 for lead guitar, 1 for bass or rhythm, and 1 for guitar duel. Which would be fine if this was a mode all to itself, but no! They tagged this onto career mode, which means you end up having to play the same songs multiple times in order to progress. Only with the requests, they throw in some ridiculous challenge on top of that. Because God forbid a newer Guitar Hero game be straightforward.
Oh, and no encores. But not like Metallica where there are just no indications. No. There are literally no encores in this entire game. Is it really that hard to stick with a winning formula? I mean, okay, it's cool to do something new and different every once in a while. I mean, this series is certainly no stranger to that, but why? Just why? But you know, even if there were encores in this game, I'd still think it were a piece of shit.
By forcing you to play the same songs over and over again makes this virtually unplayable, and in my case, actually unplayable. I just couldn't find in myself to finish the game because it became way too tedious.
And, So it shouldn't be any surprise that I give On Tour Modern Hits a very low rating of 2. Okay. One more, and I'm done. So let's get to it.
Unlike Modern Hits, Guitar Hero Smash Hits was the one that I was genuinely looking forward to, especially because of how they were boasting that the soundtrack would include 48 songs from the first 4 games, which would finally give me the chance to play some songs from the first by the original artist. But there was just one problem.
What?
They switched developers. For some unknown reason, Neversoft decided to take a break and pass the buck to Beenox Studios, developers of such classics as Monsters vs. Aliens and B-Movie Game. Now don't go and kill yourself just yet, because it's really not as bad as it sounds. You see, developers like Beenox are only good at doing 2 things, taking orders and playing it safe. Neversoft ordered them to make this installment, but instead of doing something that made it their own, they played it safe and modeled it after the last game like it. Which was... Okay, you can kill yourself now.
What, you're not even gonna try it?
And this has been Charlie's cameo question.
Good point.
Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when you are done. Lay your weary head to rest. Don't you cry no more.
I'm just fucking with you.
Yeah, I can actually do this now. They dumbed it down! I'm not supposed to beat this. I But overall, this game is pretty good. Yeah, sure, it's a textbook example of milking the shit out of something, but I still found it rather enjoyable. So, my rating for Guitar Hero Smash Hits is a solid 4. Well, this concludes my review of the Guitar Hero franchise. I certainly hope you found it enjoyable. So, until next time, I'm Spazz Master.
Hey, I got you something.
What the fuck is it?
Look down.
Stay tuned for part 6.
The legend's just begun by dawning of the sun. To be a master has to yet to come. Gonna leave it all behind. Got one thing on my mind. Button masher, faster till I've won. Talk hero, everything to fight.
I'm just kidding. It was on hard.